From the city beautiful, Chicago, Illinois, Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko, Juan Pierre, Gavin Floyd and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Manny Acta's crippled up Cleveland Indians. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson as we get set to bring you the first of this 4-game set and the first of this 7-game homestand. 4 of these guys finish it off with 3 against the Tigers. So the Sox coming off a very disappointing 7-game road trip. We got swept in Detroit in those 3 games, and we went to Minnesota for 4 games. We won the first 3, and then yesterday a tough loss. We just handed it to them 5-4. So we come into 71-70, 9 games back of the Tigers, and tonight Gavin Floyd.
Kevin Floyd is having a terrific year. He's 12-10, and this year he's 2-0 against the Indians. Now he's throwing the ball better and better, and hopefully he'll be able to win one tonight. This is a banged-up Cleveland Indian lineup. David Huff goes to the mound for the Indians. He's 2-3, but his ERA is 2.81. This year, in lifetime, he's 2-0 against the Sox. However, his ERA is 8.10. So this is a guy that we can get to. He's not just the normal soft-tossing left-hander. Throws about 92 miles an hour. Just the speed that we like to hit. Let's go get him tonight.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
White Sox baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. 75 years being right here in Illinois means no one's closer to your wellness. Experience wellness everywhere. Subway. Every day at Subway, choose from many delicious regular foot-long subs for just $5. Subway. Eat fresh. Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer today or go to shophonda.com and find great values on a new Honda. AT&T Uverse. Find out more of what's possible at att.com. AT&T. Rethink possible. And by United. Proud to fly the Chicago White Sox.
much time to us. Don't miss the action. Call 1-800-XFINITY today. And before the game, a nice little ceremony for Jim Thome along with his wife. Jim, a big favorite wherever he goes. There's number 500, a walk-off home run against Dustin Mosley. And Jim hits the ball just about as hard and as far as anybody in the game. There's Jerry Reinsdorf presenting him with a plaque. And there is Jim Thome live. He's going to be hitting fourth for the Indians in this banged-up lineup. And let's take a look at how the Indians are going to line them up tonight. Manny Actas, banged-up Tribe. Grady Sizemore is back. Fukudome hitting second, then Cabrera, Thome, Santana. Kipnis back in the lineup with Duncan, Chisenhall, and Crow in left field hitting ninth. The degree defensive setup and how they will line up behind Gavin Floyd. Pierre, Rios, and Viciedo left to right with Morel, Ramirez, Beckham, and Lillibridge. Tyler Flowers gets the nod behind the plate, and elections pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Gavin Floyd, looking for win number 13 in this, his 27th start. The ERA just under 4.5. Follow all of tonight's stats and info in real time with White Sox in-game live, only at CSNChicago.com, brought to you by The Great Escape. So on a fairly nice night for baseball, at least temperature-wise, at 64 degrees. But a little rain before the game has since gone away. Ozzie looking over his lineup. And Manny Acta looking over his lineup as these two teams apparently will battle for second place. So we're ready to play baseball, and I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet. So happy you can join us for the first of this homestand. First of 4 with Cleveland and 3 with Detroit. So here's the stranger to this lineup, at least against us. Grady Sizemore to lead it off. And the first pitch of the ball game. Taken for a strike. Sizemore, 29 years old now. Boy, in the last 2 years have just been, injury-wise, something he would love to forget. Comes in hitting at .230, 10 homers and 30 driven in. Ate him up, jammed him. And Tyler's there, makes the catch, 1 down.
Good fastball right in on his hands. One thing to call it there, it's another thing to get it there. And you see where Tyler's setting up, and that fastball leaving Sizemore with no room whatsoever.
So here's Kosuke Fukudome. Indians come in hitting at .247 as a club with a 4.02 ERA. Can't get it.
Fukudome has actually been a pretty decent player with the Indians. A little better player than he was when he was with the Cubs.
Outfield for the most part straight up because that's popped up. Beckham gives way to Alexei, who is there. And a quick lead. 2 outs.
The umpires for the game tonight: Brian O'Nora behind the plate, Alfonso Marquez is at first, Ed Hickox is at second, and the crew chief, Ed Rapuano, is at third.
So here's Asdrubal Cabrera. He has had a fine season. Last year, he had .276, 3 homers, and drove in 29 in limited action because he was injured. And the Clevelands lately have come down with a plethora of injuries.
The last time we saw him, Chu was healthy, Hafner was healthy, Brantley was healthy. Now none of them are healthy.
They go. And here is the 1-1. They want it inside. So Nora says no. Couple of good pitches right there, and he didn't get them. Both had to plate. 3-1 to count. Some guys will not call the inside strike.
And Cabrera's got much more power left-handed than right.
That's back to the middle and then to center field.
Well, when you're forced to throw a 3-1 fastball to a guy having the kind of year that Asdrubal Cabrera is having, he's going to hit it hard somewhere. Just a question, will he hit it at somebody? So every one of those pitches had a part of the zone at least. And Cabrera takes it back through the middle, keeps the inning alive for Big Jen.
And a nice round of applause for the 41-year-old Tommy, hitting at .234, 13 homers and 42 driven in on the entire season. Stops that foul. Nice play by the ball boy.
Before the game, Jim said that he wasn't quite sure what next year is going to bring. None of us are exactly sure, but he was referring to, will he play? Or will he decide that this is going to be it for him?
One and one to count.
The Indian all-time rankings: Tommy leads in home runs, leads in walks, second in runs batted in, third in on-base percentage and slugging percentage, and fifth in runs. Pretty impressive because he's been gone from Cleveland for a long time.
There goes Cabrera. Got a big jump. Picks up his 17th steal. 17 for 21.
That time Gavin forgot about him and was thinking about Tommy. And Cabrera was off to the races. Gavin uses the high leg kick instead of the slide step. And no chance.
So the 2-1 pitch. And there's a strike to even the count. Indians 31 and 37 on the road, while they are 39 and 33 at home with that 70 up and 70 down mark. Cleveland hung in this thing a long time. And there's the reason why.
And it's a very successful year for them. however it turns out.
Manny active. Pounding him again in there, and the count goes full with Carlos Santana, switch hitting catcher, on deck. This is the 11th meeting of the year between these two clubs. In the first 10, we have won 7 of them. We got the shift on with Beckham. 8 or 9 steps back on the grass and right field. And there's the base hit. So here comes Cabrera. He'll score in this 1-0 Indians.
Looked like Tommy was waiting the entire at bat for a breaking ball away. As he kept taking the ball inside, taking fastballs and sliders, and he got a curveball away. He just waits back, takes it the other way, and drives in his 43rd run of the year.
So here's Santana at 235, 21 homers and 68 driven in. Just 25 years old. And he's got a chance to be a good one, a real good one. Got 3 finals around the big leagues. Atlanta beat the Mets 6-5 up in New York. Baltimore at home against the Yankees. They win it in 10, 5-4. And the Dodgers beat the Nasty Nats in Washington 7-4. That was a doubleheader. The other game got rained out. 2-0 the count to Santana. Fooled him, took a little something off.
Santana, right-handed, has a better batting average, but left-handed, considerably more power.
That's not unusual for switch hitters who are right-handed.
True. Yeah.
They normally can hit the ball better with power hitting left-handed. I know I could hit the ball further left-handed than I could right-handed. And I wasn't a switch hitter.
Is it because the bottom hand is your dominant hand? Is that what enables you to do that?
Well, you get certainly a stronger pull from your dominant hand. That's chop foul. That's what it is in hitting in the big leagues as well. You've got to pull the bat. You can't push it. And it's amazing how many major leaguers, especially when they're going bad, they push the bat, trying just to make contact. And that actually slows it up. Can't push it fast enough to hit big league pitching, but you can pull it fast enough to hit big league pitching. And here's the payoff pitch. Pauly? No, Lillibridge, I should say. Makes a nice pick, and that'll retire the side. But the single, stolen base, and the single by Tommy, it is 1-0 Cleveland.
Juan Pierre leading off. Brent Lillibridge hitting second, playing first base. Then it's Canerco, Viciedo, Ramirez, Rios, Flowers, Morel, and Beckham playing second and hitting ninth. The degree defensive setup and how they're going to line up behind David Huff is Crow, Sizemore, and Fukudome left to right. In the infield, Chisenhall, Cabrera, Kipnis, and Duncan. Carlos Santana behind the plate, and the Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is David Huff. Huff at 2-3, the ERA pretty respectable at 281. Control's been good. He doesn't throw the slider very much anymore, depending on an over-the-top curveball. He throws mostly straight over the top. So not all that much deception for left-hand hitters.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours as Juan Pierre stands in, hitting at 283. A couple of homers, he's driven in 43. Sox come in hitting at 254 with a 3.89 ERA.
Juan is searching for hit number 2,000. And he'll find it with one more.
Inside out, that one back up, Souvenir left side. Hey, the Indians were something up in a couple of weeks ago. They were the comeback kids in the American League. There's a soft line drive to Chisenhall, and that's out number one.
I don't know how they stayed afloat as long as they did, because Sizemore hasn't been healthy all year.
Well, because their manager had them thinking they could.
Well, that's true. I mean, he did give them a different belief, and he started in spring training with that, saying, hey, look, we don't have to finish up the track here in the Central.
That's right. That's when it started. It was in spring training. Lillibridge hitting at 262, 13 homers and 29 driven in. High pop up right side. And a nice play by Kipnis. He got there, made the catch, 2 down.
Well, he's a local area product that you know has a lot of fans in the stands. He's from Northbrook. And he's been out with an oblique problem, but now back and healthy.
So here's Paulie.
What a year he's had. 401 on base percentage.
And a little tardy on that one. Getting back to Lillibridge, he led our Sox in home runs in August with 6. But he's averaging a home run in his limited bats every 14.08.
It's pretty impressive.
It's very impressive.
Last 31 games, a robust 348. 40 hits, 17 runs batted in.
And the count 1-2. And too much time for Paulie. Paulie has not homered in his last 63 at bats, and a lot of that to do with that injury to his left leg.
Just the fact that he came back and played as quickly as he did without a whole lot of mobility, a testament to the type of pain tolerance he has and his desire to play. After all, this is the first year of a 3-year contract, not the third year.
That's the way he is, and that's the way he has been. 2-2 the count. Now, in all my years with the White Sox, as I've said before, the two guys that have played in pain the most and never said a word about it have been Paulie and the big hurt, Frank Thomas. In fact, they didn't even. The air is one of the reasons why, right there. And those guys will tell you that. Herm Schneider. Jake and I were talking a couple days ago down in the clubhouse, and he said, Hawkeye said, if it hadn't been for Herm, I might not have got 5 starts this year. And that ball hit deep in right center field, but not deep enough. Back right in front of the track. Fukudomi hauls it in, and that'll retire the side. After 1, it is 1-0 Indians.
Back to June 4th of 2008 against Luke Hochaver. He got just about all of that one. The 5th longest home run ever hit by a White Sox player. And the next day, 1 year later, they presented him with a plaque on the spot. That was a blast.
Well, whoever measured it, I'd like to buy some lumber from him.
I think he might have gone a little further than that.
Yeah. So here's Kipnis. He also has been on the DL. There's the strike called. Kipnis hitting at .282, 6 homers, 11 knocked in. Checks it up. 21 to count. A run on 2 hits, no errors for their guys. No runs, no hits, no errors for our guys if you're just tuning in here in the top of the 2nd inning. That's fair, and that's an out. Littlerbridge got to it in a hurry. So 1 down, and it'll bring up Shelley Duncan.
One thing you don't want to do with Duncan is get careless with a fastball. You can throw him a lot of breaking balls, and he's not going to make much contact. You get careless with a fastball to him, and he can hit it a long way.
Well, actually, his numbers won't bear it out. But he is a terrific fastball hitter. You get a 1-pitch pitcher, but in fact, he got the big boy from Detroit the other day a couple of 2-run homers.
It was Verlander?
Twice he got it.
I talked with Rick Manning, and he said Verlander did not have particularly good stuff, but they scored him a lot of runs, and he won his 22nd against them.
Well, he didn't have his best stuff against us in that first 3-game set when they swept us. But good pitchers, that's what they do. If you're gonna have, you know yourself, you were there, you did it. If you got to have your good stuff and your good control every time you go out there to win a game. You're not going to win a whole bunch.
Well, and he's fortunate right now. He is pitching for a team that is red hot up and down that lineup. They're going to score him a lot of runs.
Yeah, they got the belief. There's no question about it. They believe they're going to do it. They're off tonight. Three and one to count. Outfield, for the most part, straight up spread out. High. Now Viciedo taking charge. 2 down.
The wind took care of that one. Gordon Beckham thought he had a shot. Then Alex Rios thought he had a shot, and it blew the ball all the way to Viciedo.
Well, with the Yankees losing 5-4 to Baltimore in Baltimore in 10 innings, that means the Red Sox would have a chance to move to within a game and a half. But bottom of the 5th in Toronto, they trail the Blue Jays 5-0. Chisenhall takes strike 1. And a reminder, the first 25,000 fans at each game will receive a Dick's Sporting Goods game card worth $10 off any purchase of $50 or more. Dick's Sporting Goods now with 19 convenient Chicago area locations. Up high, 1-2. And certainly Irene is going to cause possibly some complications in a run for the divisional titles this year. A lot of doubleheaders to be played. We have one more. That's that first game in Cleveland when we go there next time. That's a day-nighter.
Let's put doubleheader in Cleveland. You can understand it in Detroit. They do over 80,000. I think we're going to see somewhat less.
You think? That's foul straight back.
We could say they're weak and see less.
Well, they drew more than people thought. They averaged 22,599 this year.
Well, for a while, they were a very exciting team, and they won a lot of games in their last at bat at home, and that helped.
They were leading the planet in that. And that ball hit high into center field. Can of corn for Rios. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Gavin. After an inning and a half, it is 1-0 Bad Guys. Mangio, our director of the crew, went with Tyler Flowers. Steve's going with Brent Lillerbridge. My good friend down in Elkhart, Indiana, George Thomas, and I are going to go with Diane Vicieto. And we trail it 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Steve, if we want to do everything on the 7-game homestand, we better run the table.
Well, there's no doubt that we have to beat Detroit 3, but before we even think about that, these Indians are standing in the way, so you got to take care of them.
Well, that's called running the table. Vicieto takes strike one. Well, I love to watch this young man at the plate.
You don't have to worry about bat speed with him.
He is exciting. He's exciting when he strikes out. Not too many guys of that.
And the rain has started to fall just a touch.
Well, Roger said this for the next 3 days. It's going to be a little like this, but nothing supposedly bad enough to cause a delay or postponement. The 1-2 pitch. That's just a muscle base hit right there. So you can cancel the post-game show. Our first hit.
I've tried to get it inside, and there's a lot of guys that wouldn't have been able to handle the ball this far inside. But he was able to pull his hands in, as you can see there, and get enough of the bat on it to drop it in front of Crow in left field.
So here's Alexei. That word extension is one of the worst descriptions of how to be a good hitter that ever surfaced. That, in fact, extension, trying to get extension has killed more guys than it's helped. There have been a lot of guys in Cooperstown who hit with short arms. 0-2 the count.
Zach Wilson is a size 5.5 shoe. He had to have short arms.
I'm not talking about that kind of shorts. Oh. 0-2. And that's out of play. Some of the longest home runs you will ever see hit when guys hit with those alligator arms. You get more bat speed. The longer the swing, the slower the bat. That's why extension has killed a lot of guys. It lengthened their swings. And this should be. Back him up. 2 down.
Good solid throw by Chisenhall. You'd like to get it letter high if you could. And that's exactly where he threw it to Kipnis. And a relatively easy 5-4-3 double play.
Want to know the count to Rios. Alex hitting at .222, 9 homers and 36 driven in. That's a can of corn, and that's the 3rd out, and we're into the 3rd. The perfect match promise. Bring home the big TV of your dreams and satisfaction is guaranteed. That's pretty good. And also a big White Sox shout out. The big White Sox happy birthday and big fan Carly Vickerman. She's 28 years old today. Happy birthday, Carly. With a lot of love from the Learys. Mike and Nicole and Emerson. Kipnis. Check that. Crow. Trevor Crow will lead it off. Switch hitting outfielder, former #1 pick back in the 05 draft. Takes first pitch strike. He's only had 3 at bats this year. He's 0 for 3. That's in his career. Outfield around to the left. And the count very quickly, 0-2.
Well, Pierre is shading him toward the line, not very deep in left field. This is one of those #1 picks that to this point has not worked out very well.
One and 2 the count. Two and 2 with Grady Sizemore on deck. Tribe with a run in the first, 2 out, nobody on. Cabrera singles, stole second, and then Tomey on a 3-2 curveball got a ground ball single into left field. That's over into our dugout. Top of the 6th in Toronto, still 5-0 Blue Jays. Aaron Sebia hit a 3-run home run in that game. Also Encarnacion.
And Ricky Romero going for number 14.
And that's unplayable. Andrew Miller on the bump. He was the guy that hit Paulie in that left leg and caused all the problems. Tall, lanky, 6'7" southpaw.
Former #1 pick of the Detroit Tigers. But he threw well across his body, and they moved him about as quickly as they could to the Florida Marlins.
And that's out of play. Well, the first game he pitched, one of his first starts, was right here.
He was unbelievable that night.
And AJ said, Hawk, he's got Nintendo stuff. Crazy. And a 2-2. Another. An extended bat right here for Trevor Crow. Make your plans to be with us tomorrow night. Mark Burley against Jenmar Gomez. If you can't make it, that game will be right here on Comcast Sportsnet. And Saturday, that game will be over Fox. It'll be Umber against Fausto Carmona. On Sunday, and finale of this 4-game set against the Tribe, Zach Stewart against Ubaldo Jimenez. And that game also right back here on Comcast Sportsnet. Just a fine mist. And that's foul. And a reminder, Camarena, Tequila, and the Sox are teaming up. And one lucky fan and a guest will be chosen to escape the cold Chicago winter with an all-expense-paid trip to Glendale, Arizona to take the field at the White Sox Fantasy Camp. Camp runs January 16th through the 23rd, 2012. But you have to visit a participating Chicagoland spirits retailer to get your entry form, and they must be postmarked by November 18th. Full count.
This has been a particularly lengthy at bat. Pitch number 12 coming up. So a good battle between Crow and Floyd.
And Crow wins it. Dreaded leadoff walk. First walk issued by Gavin.
Last year, Grady Sizemore played just 33 games at 211. But he had some years previous that were just unbelievable. 33 home runs, 90 driven in 2008. In 06 and 07, he played all 162 games, so he was pretty durable until the last 3 years. It's been a struggle for him.
And he takes ball one. He fouled out to Tyler Flowers. And a couple of pretty good teams going up the road here at one another. Phillies taking on the Brew Crew at Miller Park.
It could be a playoff preview because they get the two best records in the National League.
Big hack. Milwaukee is 50-19 at home. Philadelphia is 49-22 at home.
Two left-handers, Hamels and Narveson, going head-to-head in that one.
Well, if they were in the same division, Milwaukee would be 6.5 games back of the Phillies.
Yeah, the Phillies have had just an enchanted year.
Well, again, they're probably the best team in baseball. And the count 1-2. It just tears me up to say that, being an American Leaguer.
Right now they're making shambles out of the National League East. They handled the Braves head-to-head.
And the Braves are 22 over.
The Braves are a good team. That's what it looks like. 10 back as we speak. The Braves tied with the Mets in a doubleheader after beating them the first game of the doubleheader 6-5.
Yeah, the Braves are 23 over now. And the count 2-2. Gavin throwing a lot of pitches through 2+ innings. Next one will be number 53. Go a decent lead. D-backs 21 games over, leading the Giants by 7. And that certainly has been, up to this point, the surprise team in baseball. Earlier it was Cleveland, now it's the D-backs. And he goes full to Sizemore.
Well, now you probably get a chance to strike him out, throw him out. A couple of years, Grady Sizemore struck out over 150 times. See if Manny Acta is a gambling sort with Fukudome in the on-deck circle. Gavin almost threw that one away. Not a bad idea to hold Crow close.
Yeah, you got to get the hitter, regardless of who is running. There he goes. And that is a soft fly ball into right center for out number 1. So that'll bring up Kosuke. Fukudomi popped up to Alexei. Texas and the Angels both have the day off. Texas with a 2.5 game lead. Texas 18 games over. Angels 13 games over.
Oakland is going to be at Texas, while the Angels have to entertain the New York Yankees starting tomorrow.
And there's ball 1.
And there's the West, just 2 games back in the loss column.
One and 1 to count. Bartolo Colon against Jared Weaver in that game. And Brandon McCarthy against Colby Lewis in the Oakland Ranger game. .57 pitches through 2 1/3 innings.
Where Gavin is missing a lot is he's cutting his fastball inside to the left-handers, and he's not throwing strikes with it.
Ready to turn it? Yeah. Good arm. Good arm. Alexei, and that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. We trail it 1-0.
Who's the only pitcher in Indians history with 30-plus saves in 3 different seasons? You think about that one for a while? We'll get back to you a little later in the game with the answer.
Meanwhile, it's the bottom of the 3rd, and we trail it 1-0. First inning RBI single, 2-out RBI single by Jim Thome, knocking in Asdrubal Cabrera, who singled and stole second. It'll be Flowers, Morel, and Beckham, lower 3rd of our order. David Huff, And that is low ball 1. And there's a strike. Fouled away. And a reminder, great seats remain for all White Sox home games. Tickets start at just $12 a seat. And plenty of great matchups, promotional nights, and post-game fireworks still remain. So purchase your tickets by visiting whitesox.com or calling 866-SOX-GAME. It's full. Got him.
That was a pretty good pitch. He just got outguessed. Tyler thought it was low and away. Brandon Orr thought it was good enough, and you'll see where it pops up. It had the plate.
So here's Brent hitting at .255. 3 homers. He's driven in 26. That ball hit hard. Stretch! Stretch! He looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes! Number 4 for Brent. And this game is tied at 1. Mercy.
Fourth home run, 27th driven in. And looked like he got a first ball fastball. A Ford home run replay. That's exactly what it is. Right down the middle. And he put a charge into it.
And here's Beckham. Takes first pitch strike. Now there should be 3 words put on a little board, nailed to every hitter's locker, so that every day when he walks in and he sees those 3 words, he knows what he's got to do, and that's cover the fastball.
Make a lot of money in this game if you can do that. And forget about every breaking ball or every changeup.
You better believe. If you cover the fastball, you can play in the big leagues. Top foul. Cooperstown is filled with guys who could not hit anything spinning. But you throw them something straight, they didn't miss it. And that changeup out of play right side. Good try by Huff. And Gordon's had a lot of good swings of fastballs up, but he has not hit them. He's fouled them back or swung and missed them. And a full count. Juan Pierre on deck. Juan, of course, looking for hit number 2,000. Ball hit sharply. Cabrera. So 2 down, and a reminder, you can join the Chi Sox mobile group by texting Southpaw to 244-769 for a chance to win a Southpaw appearance for your birthday party, your wedding, or your winter holiday party. Southpaw is available 365 days a year for your special event. So text Southpaw to 244-769 to enter. One 0 for 1, hit a little soft liner to Chisenhall at third.
And he bunted that one right off Santana. That's why Brian Honora is taking his time and walking all the way out to David Huff. Gives Santana a chance to shake that one off.
And there it is. Congratulations to Juan Pierre on 2,000 hits. Yes.
That's a lot of work put into just 2,000 hits.
We don't know, but I'll tell you what, I would venture to bet that no guy with 2,000 hits ever worked harder to get them than Juan Pierre.
There's no doubt about that.
And when I say worked hard, I'm talking about staying in shape, spending time at the ballpark, running on the treadmill, lifting weights, the whole 9 yards. Lillibridge fouled out on a real good catch in foul ground by Kipnis.
Juan Pierre credits Bob Gebhardt, who's now an executive with the Arizona Diamondbacks and who was a general manager of Colorado Rockies, with recognizing early in his minor league career with the Rockies that he had a chance to be a very good player. He said didn't have a whole lot of other support in the organization, but Bob Gebhardt thought he was going to be a good one, and he was right.
And that'll retire the side, but the home run by Brent Morrell will go to the fourth, tied at 1.
KFC. Feed 4 or more with the KFC 10-piece family feast. Just $20.
It's a 1-1 tie here in the 4th inning. For the Indians, it'll be Cabrera, Thome, and Santana. To face Gavin Floyd. And a hard miss has turned into a light rain, sending a lot of people underneath for cover. First at bat, he hit a 2-2 pitch hard back through the middle for a base hit. And there's a strike, and the count 2-1.
Same count when he took that fastball and hit it right back through the middle in the 1st inning. He was at 3-1.
That was 2-2. He missed with 4 strikes. Remember, he threw 4 strikes, and it was 2-2. Had him struck out, and then he got the 2-2 single.
That was a good pitch.
Yeah. 1-3-0 for us, 1-2-0 for them.
Cabrera came over from the Seattle Mariners in what turned out to be a very good deal for the Indians.
So the dreaded the off walk. Seems like Gavin's going 3-2 to everybody. And here's Thome. Yep. 1-0, and look at this. High speed action from Xfinity. Number 500. What a day.
This is bobblehead day also.
And it won the game.
How about that? You got to be strong to carry him around. Bobby Jenks and Jermaine Dye. Neither were ever the same, I don't think.
No. They both went on the DL shortly after.
That was it.
Only 43 RBIs on the season. And it hit him.
That probably turns out to be a break because it would have been a double play.
Gordon was standing right in front of it. So it'll be a base hit for Thome, 1 out.
Jimmy wins the batting title. He can thank his Asdrubal Cabrera. He might have taken one for the club there.
I was getting ready to say, if he knew where his infielders were.
Yeah, I think he knew exactly where Beckham was.
So here's Santana. Carlos hit the ball hard to first base. Lillibridge made a nice pick on it. Now that mist has lightened up quite a bit. 2-1 to count. That's the 70th pitch in 3 in the third innings. And it's 3-1. And there's the strike. And with all the 2-0, 3-1, 3-2 counts, we're lucky it's not a 1-1 tie. Or it's not more for Cleveland.
A lot of pitches so far for Gavin Floyd.
Yeah.
He's yet to strike anybody out.
There you go. He gone. 2 down.
That ball slides down inside. And Santana swings over the top. So the footing getting to be a little difficult around the mound.
Kipnis also grounded out. Hit a chopper. Looked like if Lillibridge hadn't come in and got it in a hurry, it would have gone foul. But it was fair.
Kipnis has some power, but he wasn't known as a home run hitter in the minor leagues. However, he came up and got 6 in a hurry.
One to count. That was about as quick as any call-up you ever want to see. Get 6 home runs. And the count 2-1. That leaving it at 2. He gone. He knew it. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Totals on the board identical at 1-3-0.
3 different seasons, and the answer, Doug Jones, 1988, 89, and 90. And when you talk about soft tossers, he's one of the very few really soft tossing closers that had success in this game.
And here's Konerko. Well, he was a guy who could just tell you, here it comes, a changeup, and you couldn't do anything with it.
He threw from the side and down under, and unbelievable.
Yeah, it was. Paulie takes ball 1. Paulie went out deep to right center, taking Fukudomi back right in front of the track. Change up outside and the count 2-0. Turned and burned on that one. Viciedo on deck. And Alexei in the hole. Count evens at 2. And a reminder, Hooters is the official road game restaurant of the White Sox. Coming to any Chicagoland Hooters location when the Sox are on the road to catch the games on their flat screen HD TVs and enjoy great Miller beer features. A breaking ball high, so a full count.
Here's our AT&T U-verse multi-view. Gives you a center field shot of Paulie. Brian O'Nora now has lost a contact in his eye. Hermie will find it. He's good at that.
Well, for a long time, there were a lot of guys back 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago, umpires, didn't have contacts and they needed them.
And they would never wear glasses. No. I remember in the locker room, sitting in the locker room, and one of the umpires, who shall remain nameless, got on the scale to weigh himself and then got as far back as he could on the scale so he could see. And then he looked around to see if anybody was looking, and I was in frame and couldn't see me. And he reached into his pocket, put on his glasses, and finally could tell what he weighed. And I was thinking, this guy's going to ump tonight with no glasses, and he's got my win in his hands, and he can't tell how much he weighs.
It was amazing. It was amazing. God bless his soul. John Flaherty was a big guy, about 6'4", maybe close to 6'5". He was one of the first guys to start wearing them. He had to.
Yeah, I mean,
because he couldn't see.
They just thought, you know, if I wear glasses, then they're going to know that I don't see very well. Well, guess what? We know you don't see very well, so wear the glasses.
Got him on a 3-2 changeup. So 1 out. Third strikeout for Huff. And here's Viciedo. He just muscled a single into left field. Huff made a good pitch on him. He just overpowered it off the hands. And that's a changeup on the corner. He backs it up with a fastball. Nope. One hopper. And 2 down. So here's Alexei. Alexei 0 for 1, hit into a 5-4-3 double play after Viciedo led off the second with that muscle single. But Alexei hit it hard. First pitch strike. Actually, the radar looks good.
Last 14 games, Alexei's been heating it up. And that batting average of 266 coming into this one. Last year's Silver Slugger Award winner at shortstop in the American League.
It's amazing. Alexei has as much stamina as anybody on this ball club. And for as slight built as he is. I don't know if you watched him. Did you watch him take BP yesterday?
No.
You can't believe how far he was hitting that ball yesterday in BP.
I know he's really strong.
So that is ball 4, and that'll bring up Rios.
Nice umbrella. And nice night for it.
First walk issued by David Huff. So here's Alex. Hit a little soft fly ball in the center field to Sizemore. That change up high. That's Santana. If you're just tuning in, Indians with a run in the first, 2-out RBI single by Jim Thome, knocked in Asdrubal Cabrera, who singled and stole second. Then a home run by Brent Morel last inning on a first ball fastball from Huff. Of course, with that home run by Morel, the Alex Nelius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox homer hit throughout the course of the season. That is number 135, so $13,500 donated by Alex Nelius in loving memory of Ursula. Just a little tardy. Better get in on him. So a pop up the second, that'll retire the side. We'll go to the 5th, tied at 1. For the 500 texter, you could win $5 footlong subs from Subway. Yeah, it's the top of the 5th inning and a 1-1 tie. It'll be the lower third of the Indian order. Duncan, Chisenhall, and Crow. Kevin Floyd has thrown 77 pitches through 4 innings. Now that heavy drizzle that was coming down is now eased up. As I said, the radar does not show it. It showed us clear on my iPad app, the Weather Channel, up until 1 a.m. So here's Duncan. He popped up to the tank. Viciedo in right field.
Good slider on the first pitch. Had Duncan well out in front of it.
There's a good curveball. And the count 0-2. There was a rolling curveball. Got away with it. And reminder, big day coming up, Fan Appreciation Day, Wednesday, September 28th. All fans will receive a 2011 White Sox team poster presented by U.S. Cellular. For tickets, 866 Sox Game or visit whitesox.com. One and two the count. It's the 31-year-old Duncan. Right through the wickets. 2-2. He gone. 3 straight strikeouts for Gavin.
Didn't have a strikeout till the last 3 hitters. Good slider down in the zone.
So here's Lonnie Chisenhall, 21-year-old third baseman. He just missed hitting one a long way back in the 2nd inning. High, towering fly ball into right center for Rios. And that game now in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's checked at Rogers Center. Toronto leading 6-3. It'll always be Scott home to me, though. That place. Boy, it was rocking when Cito was there with those 2 clubs.
Didn't they draw close to or exceeding 4 million people?
I know every fan was in every seat. It was fun to go in there.
Well, talking with a few of the people associated with Toronto, they tell me that they're going to spend some money next year. They've got their Canadian third baseman, Brett Lawrie, who is hitting everything in sight. And they feel that they can get the crowd back if they get some good young players.
There's a line shot base hit into left.
And there are very few of the owners that have the kind of capital that Rogers Communication has. So if they want to, they can buy some good ones.
Yeah, the one story that I read, they're going to be trying to sign mainly Canadian players. Interesting marketing concept.
Well, at one point, Brett Lawrie's sister was a better athlete than he was. And he was known as his sister's brother. They didn't talk about Brett. His sister was a softball player and the best in the country. Now things have changed a bit, as he was traded for Sean Markham. He's come up and got a lot of people's attention, and we're going to see him at the end of this season in the last homestand.
Well, he's 1 for 3 in the game tonight. He's hitting .325.
Pretty impressive hitter.
And there's a strike. Oh, and 1 to Trevor Crowe, who had an extended at bat. Saw a lot of pitches, fouled a lot of pitches off, and finally drew a walk leading off the 3rd inning. Seemed like that was about an hour ago.
His game is not moving along that quickly. Gavin is taking his time.
Now this will be the 90th pitch here in 4 1/3 innings. And as we speak, Brett Lowry is at the plate. (6-3) Blue Jays leading the Carmines. Bottom of the 8th.
Chisenhall 1 out of 1 in stolen bases, but the footing is fairly heavy in the infield. So you pretty much invite them to try to go.
Oh, yeah, right. Still on the bag. And that'll retire the side. So the double play. We're halfway home, tied at 1. Tyler Flowers will lead it off here in our half of the 5th inning in this 1-1 tie. And you got a piece of Santana as well.
Again, he's had a tough night behind the plate.
Brian doing exactly what he should, giving him some chance to recoup and reboot.
He's asking if he's okay. Santana's saying no, but eventually I got to catch, so let's go.
Off the end of the bat. Two pitches and one out. And his Burt Morrell. Here's what he did back in the third inning. First pitch.
Tied at one.
Starts him off with a changeup and grabs a strike. Breaking ball misses. And that's a can of corn into right field. So Fukudomi, 2 down. That'll bring up Gordon. Gordon hit the ball sharply and grounded out to shortstop. And a first pitch strike. He took first ball fastball for a strike. The last at bat. He did not go. And the count evens at 1. And once again, a reminder tomorrow night, Mark Burley against Genmar Gomez. And that game right here on Comcast Sportsnet. And there's a base hit. Selly's happy. And those cheese straws are delicious.
After working down the first 2 pitches, he threw a changeup up and away. Normally high changeups don't work very well. It didn't work well for him in this instance.
So here's one who picked up his 2,000th hit in the third inning. Line drive into left field. Alex, if you missed it.
Typical Juan Pierre hit. Inside out swing. Taken to the opposite field. Great accomplishment.
Now I'll explain about Sully and the cheese straw. Sully is Beckham's mom. And she made me some cheese straws that she sent. They're like a wafer. That are just absolutely scrumptious. Real cheesy. Actually, she said some for you too, but they're gone.
That's it?
I didn't even tell you, show you.
You can't even show me what one looks like?
I took them home, and before I knew it, I was going to bring them in the next day.
Oh, my.
And they were gone. Sully,
Well,
we need a reload.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Really liked them. I would have liked them,
From
I'm
a
sure.
distance.
I would have liked them, I'm sure. That miss is coming down a little harder now.
Yeah, and the radar just doesn't show it. Shows all clear.
Well, it is somewhere, just not here. Santana went behind Pierre. Couldn't get it there in time.
Two out. Back him at first. And the 2-1. Nice pitch. Lillibridge on deck. He was going, but he gets back in.
Yep. Had that throw been a little quicker, might have had him. Gordon was not only leaning, but actually took a step towards second. Shelly Duncan is having some problems holding on to it.
So a full count.
Duncan's going to play behind Gordon Beckham.
And the payoff. That's into center field. Everybody converging, but it's Sizemore who makes the catch, and it'll retire the side. We're into the sixth, still tied at 1. Game Live presented by Illinois Back Institute. Post-game press conferences, player interviews, and a full breakdown of the action only on Bears Post-Game Live Sunday immediately after the game on Comcast Sportsnet. Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. Top of the sixth inning. It'll be the top of the order. Sizemore, Fukudomi, and Cabrera to face Gavin Floyd. He's thrown 91 pitches.
Yeah, very good chance he's going to go up over the century mark this inning. You just as soon keep Sizemore off the base paths to lead it off. You want to keep this game tied at 1. He's not running quite like he used to.
Well, I hope Grady comes back full strength. He's a magnificent player. You hate to see guys like, you hate to see anybody go down, but especially guys who are good guys, good teammates, and outstanding players. Every now and then a guy comes along, you don't care. Get him out. Go home. One and two the count. And that's low. Gap out there in left center. Lillibridge back and way off the line. And once again the 2-2. And another full count. This will be pitch number 98. Toronto leading Boston 7-4, top of the ninth at the Rogers Center. Now, missed is almost gone. And he gone. 4 strikeouts now.
After a slow start in the strikeout department, Gavin has been heating it up somewhat.
Yeah, Grady is just not game ready yet. He has had some pitches to hit that he normally crushes.
And that last fastball is right down the middle.
So here's Fukudomi. He popped a short and then hit into a 4-6-3 double play. A nice double play turn, especially with the gun of Alexei. Oh, he got some good arms at second, short, and third. Of course, Lillibridge playing first tonight's got a good arm, and Paulie's got an accurate arm that yesterday was just very unusual. That throwaway that he made, you don't see that, but it was a bad toss over from Danks, took him out of his rhythm. He had to stretch for it, and then just could not regain his balance. Turned out to be the winning run. Two and two the count.
That's something you're going to spend a long time not seeing again. A throw from first base to second that doesn't go down the line, that actually goes into the gap and doesn't get by the left fielder, and the man scores on a pickoff play.
Well, you called it perfect. And another full count. They scored on Pierre and Omar.
Yep, I mean, that was, well, Fidel, the third base coach, took a look at it and knew that Alexei was pulled out of the cutoff man. So it had to be Omar. That's what he ran on. He took the gamble and he won.
Now that mist starting to fall again. In and out, in and out. Jammed him, pops him up. Could be trouble. Yep.
We get used to seeing Alexei make a lot of those plays. They're very difficult plays. You know, the outfielder can't get to it, and Alexei going out, having to look over his shoulder, and plus the added distraction of a whole lot of rain falling, and it turns into a base hit. Long way to go for Alexei. Just can't get there. There's Roger. said no more rain tonight. So this must be due.
Don't believe what you see.
Believe the radar.
Don't believe everything you read or everything you see. Cabrera in the first inning, single, stole second, and scored on the 2-out base hit by Tomey. Cabrera was just all everything for the Indians for the first 4 months. Catching everything that was hit anywhere close to him. Driving in runs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. Had more home runs this year than he's had in his career. Had 18 career home runs coming into the season. Now he has 22 this season.
Most of them coming from this side of the plate.
Now the mist has stopped again. Yeah, pulled the string on him on 2-0.
Looks like the bullpen is going to get up and start to work as Gavin is about to deliver pitch number 110.
In 5 1/3 innings and a 1-1 tie.
Fukudome doesn't run all that often. Been successful 1 of 5 opportunities in the American League. And that's Will Oman listening in the pen.
Tomey on deck. And a 3-1 count.
And now I think you're going to call Roger out to put a little drying compound on the mound.
All right, as they do that, I want to remind you that every White Sox Friday home game, and that's tomorrow night, is United Flyaway Friday. Each Friday home game, one lucky fan will have the chance to win 2 free round-trip tickets to anywhere in the continental United States that United Airlines flies. United proud to fly the White Sox. And also, Jim Tomey on deck. And we were showing some memorable moments in a White Sox uniform. And of course, we all will remember this one. The blackout game. Blackburn. You can put it on the board. Yes. Way back. Johnny Danks. Jim Tomey. And we won 3 games in 3 days against 3 different clubs. Wow.
That's one of the most exciting games you can ever play is game 163 when it's win or go home. We had 3 of those in a row, win or go home.
It's the only time that's ever been done.
Yep.
3 games in 3 days against 3 different teams. So they will try out the fast dry.
If you're a groundskeeper, you got to have some fun. Put some on Beckham to dry him off a little bit.
Well, he gave Oman plenty of time.
And then some.
A full count, another full count.
And now you got a good chance for a strike him out, throw him out. Cabrera's fanned 109 times, so he's no stranger to the strikeout.
There he goes. And that's popped up. Pierre. And that is out number 2.
And here comes Ozzie.
Well, Gavin's got the beer frame, 111, so he's going to go get Oman. As Jim Thome will be the hitter. Thome is 2 for 2 in the game. Gavin Floyd throwing all those pitches, giving up only 1 run. Didn't have his sharp control tonight. He departs, and we'll be back. Coverage begins at 6:30 with Sportsnet Central. White Sox Indians tomorrow at 7 only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
It's a Verizon call to the pen, and it is Will Oman. He's 1-3, ERA 4.30, on for the 51st time. He's got to retire Jim Thome. To keep this game tied at 1, the only decision that Gavin Floyd can get is one he doesn't want, and that's a loss.
Told me that 2-out RBI single in the first, and they got just a partial shift on as there's a first pitch strike. 1-5-0 for them, 1-4-0 for us. And that's low. Philadelphia leading Milwaukee 6-2 that game in the top of the 7th at Miller Park. Jacks it up in the count, 2-1. Oman against Thome. Thome has faced him 5 times, and he is 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. There's a chopper for Hopper. And that'll do it. We will go to the bottom of the 6th, still tied at 1. American soil, a world famous skyline in ruins, and two long-standing rivals in the game of baseball, the Sox and the Yankees, linked together by fate. Join us for a special look back. The White Sox on 9/11 tonight at 10 on GMC Sportsnet Central.
Here's our United leaders of the game, and it is Brent Lillibridge. What has he done to deserve that honor? One home run every 14.1 at-bats, 4th best in the American League with a minimum of 175 at-bats.
Went 0 for 2 tonight. He's fouled out to Kipnis, who made a real good catch on him, and he struck out. Takes that curveball strike, one of the few curveballs that Huff has gotten over. He's primarily been fastball, changeup. And there is the change. 0-2 the count. And tries to sneak the high fastball by him. Jesse Crane. And Addison Reed looking on. Addison's got a chance to be a good one. Here's the change. And one out. Just the 4th strikeout. And here's Konerko. Paulie has gone out deep to right center, and he has struck out. He struck out on the changeup. Want to know? And a 1-1 tie, being very, very careful, as well he should, to Konerko. Turn him loose. Takes it right there. There's a shot caught by Chisenhall. 2 down.
This ball a little more off the bat than Paulie's used to hitting his line drives. Normally they've gone by him, but this one hooks right back to him.
So here comes the tank. He's 1 for 2, a single leading off the second. Starts him off with a changeup. That fastball at 90. Huff out of Huntington Beach, California. 27 years old, 6'2", 215 pounds. And that changeup, count 2-1. Come on, Tank. A little action going in a slow-moving ball game.
Tried to run that fastball up and inside by him. But the guy who doesn't usually walk wasn't having any of it.
And the payoff pitch. Change up, hit into center field, and that'll retire the side. We're into the 7th. We're already into the 7th. Tied at 1.
Culminating with a Sunday afternoon game. Then Detroit comes in for 3. That ends with a Wednesday afternoon game, and then it's on to Kansas City to play the Royals for 4. That's our Felco upcoming schedule. And so Will Oman does his job. He gets the one man he's assigned to get, Jim Thome, and Jesse Crane comes into the game. Jesse at 8-3. So he's been at the right place at the right time. His ERA a minuscule 2.26, on for the 59th time.
So it'll be Santana, Kipnis, and Duncan to face Jesse. Santana has grounded to first hard, and then he struck out on the slider. 3-2 slider down and in. And that pitch, very close, didn't get it. Two 2-0 the count. Santana with 21 homers, 68 knocked in. Got that heel well up off the ground, and they're taking a lot of time. And again, a lot of time. Now, nobody on base.
I don't know how many fingers Tyler has, but I know Jesse only has a few pitches. Matt Thornton seemingly ready to go in case something happens. They're, including the switch hitters, there's 8 guys who hit from the left side in this lineup.
Two and one to count. Philly hitting in the top of the 8th, still leading 6-2 at Miller Park. And the count evens at 2. Atlanta trying to win a doubleheader from the Mets. They won the opener 6-5. They lead 3-1 top of the 8th in game 2.
Normally when they get to this part of the game, it's over against the Braves.
He gone.
Fell behind 2-0 and then came back with 3 straight strikes.
Just slow played it. Gamesmanship.
95 up and out of the zone.
So here's Kipnis. He grounded out softly to first and struck out. Now feel fairly short. And center and right, as there's a curveball that misses, says Honora.
You don't want to be too short with this guy. He's got some power.
Two and one to count. Sox trying to recoup from that sweep in Detroit. For the Minnesota 4-game set. Win the first 3 and then trying to do something we have never done in Minneapolis, and that sweep the Twins in a 4-game series. And we really, for the most part, just handed it to them yesterday, 5-4. And that's going to fall for a base hit. Little duck snort. Kipnis 2 for 2 in stolen bases, and that'll bring up Shelley Duncan, who was popped up to right, and he struck out. Very somber bus ride yesterday from the ballpark to the airport. Well, last night, I should say, and a very somber plane ride.
Well, you can understand that. It was kind of disappointing. It was very much of a decimated Minnesota team. And the ball club felt they let one get away they should have had.
And they did.
Yep.
Their feelings were right on the money. Had a chance to gain a game. Outfield straight up. And the count 1-1. Shelley, of course, son of Dave Duncan, pitching coach for the Cardinals. Looks just like him. High pop up into center field. So that is out number 2.
We're going to break on that one because that was a roller right over the middle of the plate. And Duncan, who has seen a steady diet of off-speed pitches, just missed it. That was very hittable.
And here comes Ozzie. He wants Thornton. Monty Chisenhall has gone out to center and then singled sharply into the left. So Crane, who has had a little bit of a sore back the last couple of days, Ozzie doesn't want to stretch him out too much. He'll depart. Thornton comes on, and we'll be back.
An ERA barely over 3. On for the 54th time. He got off to a shaky start, but lately throwing the ball exceptionally well.
He's got a little bit different breaking ball now. He's mixing in some curves rather than a hard fastball and a hard slider and a hard cutter. So Chisenhall, as I mentioned, 1 for 2. Just a decent lead by Kipnis. And first pitch strike. One at 95. And that ball's hammered. This young man's got a chance to be a good hitter. They've got some good young players over here. Chisenhall, Kipnis, Santana.
And talking with Maniac about him, he said, look, in a perfect world, he'd still be in the minor leagues for most of this season, learning his craft. He's still just 21 years old, but injuries forced him to bring him up a little earlier than they would have liked. He's going to be a pretty good player.
Well, they've already got a 25-year-old who's already an outstanding player in Escobar. Oh, and 2 to count with 2 down, and now some of the mist starts to come back.
Kinney starting to, well, not exactly loosen up, but tidy up in the bullpen. The mist has come back.
He gone. And that'll do it. 7th inning stretch. We're still tied at 1. It'll be Ramirez, Rios, Flowers, the first 3, and hopefully about 3 or 4 more. David Huff, primarily a fastball, changeup pitcher tonight. Giving up just a 1 run on 4 hits, 1 walk, and has 4 strikeouts. Alexei has hit the ball hard, but that was into a 5-4-3 double play. There's a curveball. And then he walked. And the count 2-0.
Huff has already gone beyond his average per start. Let's see if that starts to show up. He's about ready to deliver pitch number 94.
And it's 3-0 to Alexa. And there's the dreaded leadoff walk we're looking for.
I'm not sure how that one was called a ball, but we'll take it.
And a reminder, you can visit the official online shop of the White Sox. Browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. So get your gear from the official source. Shop at WhiteSox.com. Here's Rios. He has gone out to center and popped up to second.
Santana goes out to have a word with Huff. The Indian pen is working.
And it was certainly good to see old friend Dennis Gilbert. In the house tonight. He joined the White Sox back in 2000. The White Sox family is a special assistant to Jerry Reinsdorf. Dennis at one time one of the top agents in baseball. Former player himself. And there's a base hit. So the first two men aboard.
This is the fifth hit of the night. It's a changeup. It's out away from Alex. But he takes it into left field. So very promising start to the seventh inning. Could very well be that Huff is starting to run out of gas. And here comes Tim Belcher to find out.
Tim Belcher done his job with this ball club this year. They were worried about the Cleveland staff, and they come in here in September 8th with a 4.02 team ERA.
Had a pretty good solid bullpen, except for that guy.
Yeah, he'll go into it.
Apparently so nervous he can't look.
So here's Tyler, struck out, and he grounded softly to second. Corners in close. Looking for a bunt. Knocking in on the grass. Chisenhall right at the cut of the grass. And the count 0-1. Come on, Tyler. There was a changeup high and wide. Just tuning in, the Indians with a run in the first. We scored ours in the third. Ours was a home run by Brent Morrell. And that was pitch number 100 for David Huff. Meanwhile, a 1-2 count. Now the corners will move back. How many times Tyler Flowers has bunted in his professional career?
Not this year. Not here.
Checks it up. And the count 2-2. One out.
After a couple of failed bunt attempts, the last pitch that David Huff will throw, he strikes out Tyler Flowers.
So here comes Maniacta. This will be it. Huff, who pitched well, departs, and we'll be back.
He comes on at 4-0, the ERA 5.07. So also a guy that's been in the right place at the right time with a higher earned run average, on for the 34th time. He's given up a whopping 62 hits in 49 2/3 innings. Not a strikeout pitcher. He has been touched up for 6 home runs in those 49 2/3, and he inherits essentially the game on the bases. Runners at first and second, only 1 out here in the 7th inning.
And there it goes. You can put it on the board. Yes, a bomb. A 3-run homer, his second of the game. He has all 4 RBIs, and the Sox lead it 4-1.
For the second time, he gets a first ball fastball. And for the second time, he hits it out of the park. A first ball fastball. We told you Herman had given up 6 home runs in 49 2/3, make that 7 home runs.
And there's a ball to Beckham. Cover the fastball. And that's foul straight back. Beckham is 1 for 2. Cover that fastball. Two and one to count. Brent Morrell. He's going to be a good one. Boy, he made some plays in Minnesota that were just sterling. And there's ball 4. So the 1-out walk, and that'll bring up Juan Pierre. And of course, he came into this game 1,999 hits, and back in the 3rd inning. Number 2 foul. Outfield swung well around to the left. Big gap in right center. Chisenhall, even with the bag, off the line. And that ball is ripped foul.
There's been 14 Sox players to get their 2,000th hit in our uniform. These are the last 6. Juan Pierre, Paul Konerko, Jim Thome, Frank Thomas, Tim Raines, Carlton, Fisk. They're the years they did it. And the teams they did it against, and for a while looked like it was going to only be done against the Royals.
On to the count with Lillibridge on deck.
Jeez.
Santana, he is
that
poor guy.
That one hurt.
There was an emergency hack by Juan, and that really. And here comes Manny.
Well, he got him in his hand.
Got him on the inside of the knee. Third one tonight.
You want to be a catcher.
Get used to it, young man. Because it's going to be a lot of those.
Well, he's played a whole lot of first base. And after tonight, first base is probably looking real good to him.
Tyler looking on. So Carlos says he's okay. A 4-1 Sox lead here in the bottom of the 7th, still going. Pretty good lead by Beckham. And there's a base hit. Gordon's going to make the turn. Here's the throw, and he's safe. So runners at the corners, 1 out. Don't stop now, boys.
2001 for Juan Pierre. As Herman throws a low fastball. And Gordon started to go, then stopped. And here comes Manny Acton. That's probably going to be it for Frank Herman.
He has made the sign to the pin. So Herman goes no parts of an inning. Face 3 guys, 3-run homer, a walk, a single, he departs, and we'll be back.
Is Josh Judy on for the 6th time, ERA 3.86, 7 innings of work. Control has not been great. He has 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, given up 8 hits.
So the 3rd Indian pitcher of the evening. David Huff pitched well, went 6 1/3. When he left, he had only given up 1 run, but he had 2 men on his responsibility, and then Frank Herman, first ball fastball to Brent Morrell, left the yard for a 3-run blast. And here's Lillibridge. He's glad to see David Huff out of there. He was 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts.
Been very tough to overcome my pick to click. Oh,
kiss of death.
I thought for a moment there I had Brent Morrell. Did I have Brent Morrell?
No, you had Lillibridge.
Lillibridge. Oh, geez.
Okay, Senator.
Well, I thought, it's worth a try. Maybe you'd forget, or you didn't know where you wrote it down, something like that.
Sound like some of that stuff we've been hearing coming out of Washington.
It's been interesting. Oh, there they are. It's written down. Wow. I was thinking about Brent Morrell. Those are my. That's what I was choosing between.
Good lead by 1. There he goes. And Lillibridge got a good pitch to hit and fouled it back.
And Juan got a tremendous jump. In fact, he was off to the races before the judge ever threw the ball. Take a look at this. About a 5-step jump.
And count 1-2. 25-year-old right-hander out of Morgantown, West Virginia. 6'4", 200 pounds. Josh Judy. There he goes. And that hit him good. That gummit. That got him good. He turned right into it. That got him in the hand or the wrist.
I think that Brian O'Nora, I hope he didn't say he swung at it. Oh, that one got him right on the wrist. Oof. No, back of the hand.
Yeah, right in the hand. Nora pointed immediately to first base, and Brent's going to go. Wow, that's quite a shot he took right there.
Well, it looked like it hit him. I mean, he was motioning to the meat part of his hand. It was a whole lot better than that wrist.
So now sacks packed for Paulie. Paulie 0 for 3 tonight. Hit the ball hard twice. Once deep into right center, and the other line shot right to Chisenhall at third. One out. Beckham at third. Pierre at second. Lillibridge at first. Good speed on the bases. Just flips a little spinner up there for strike one. That ball hit high and deep. Stretch. Back at the wall. He looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes! A grand slam by Paul Konerko. His 29th of the year, his 10th grand slam of his career, and it's an 8-1 Sox lead. Yes!
Three away from the coveted century mark and runs batted in. A towering home run. And a 7-run seventh.
And here is Viciedo, the tank. Chops that one down to third. Low throw, dug out by Duncan. So the tank now 1 for 4, but Paul Konerko, 394 home runs. And here's Alexei, who led it off with the dreaded leadoff walk. One and 0 the count. And there's a rocket. Chisenhall knocks it down, picks it up, and throws him out. But a 3-run homer and a grand slam homer. Big crooked number goes up there, and we lead it 8-1.
In the 7th inning, and there are some changes. Alejandro Diaz comes in the game in right field, and Dan Viciedo shifts over to first base. As Brent Lillibridge will go put a lice on that hand.
So here's Trevor Crowe. He has walked and he has lined into a double play. And the miss starts to come back again. So if you're just tuning in, it's been this way for most of the evening. In and out, in and out. As there's a strike.
Fortunately, it was very clear, very nice in that 7th inning.
And Matt Thornton in line to get a victory.
His first.
2-1 to count. And that at 97 foul back.
Jason Frazier loosening in the pen.
Come on, Matt, no walks.
Wow, that was a rocket into the dugout.
Yep, that was dangerous.
Apparently everybody is okay, and there's a hole in the wall, or a dent in it at least.
Right behind Hafner's head. And that's out of play.
He got very lucky. Look at that. Regardless of what happens the rest of the way, consider this a fortunate season.
He gone. Gas.
Just reach back. Looks like 98 on the outside corner.
So Matt has faced two guys, Chisenhall and Crow, and punched them both out. And here's Sizemore. Grady is 0 for 3. A little tardy right there. And that's a little high. Two balls and a strike to the 29-year-old center fielder. It's been a long time since we've seen a 3-run homer and a grand slam in the same inning.
A long time since we've seen 7 runs in one inning.
Well, that's what usually a 3-run homer and a grand slam will get you.
I mean, you can get a lot of ways to get to 7. As we know from the days when we used to read about Las Vegas.
2-2. And it's great to see Clint with that home run in Minneapolis. And he come back here and 2 here.
Well, he's still young, and this is his first year, and you know, you just have to realize that it's going to come to him.
Well, he gone. So that is 3 strikeouts in a row from Matt.
All you got to do is take a look at him and realize how strong he is.
He's going to hit 20-25 a year.
If he does with that glove, he's going to be a very valuable player.
So here's Fukudome. He's 1 for 3. Had a little duck snort into left field back in the 6th inning. That one at 97. And make your plans to be with us tomorrow night. Game 2 of this 4-game set. Game 2 of this 7-game homestand. 4 of these guys and 3 with the Tigers. Mark Burley on the bump against the 23-year-old right-hander Jenmar Gomez. And on Saturday, Philip Umber against Fausto Carmona. And on Sunday in the finale of this series, Zach Stewart, who was 1 man away from a perfect game in Minneapolis against Ubaldo Jimenez. Tomorrow's game, if you can't make it to the park, right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Saturdays on Fox. And then Sundays right back here on Comcast Sportsnet. Count hangs at 1-2. Eight 8-0 for us. 1-6-0 for them. And Fukudome cutting and slashing, hanging in there. Oops.
That was a little short.
Slips.
Although Roger has put some drying compound out there on the mound. Footing is not as good as it normally is.
Ball hit hard. Nice job by the Tank. And they get him. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th with a 7-run lead. Chuck and Bill. Let's go live to Ozzy's postgame remarks. Don't miss Galaxy White Sox postgame live immediately following this game right here on Comcast Sportsnet. And, of course, that is fans' best friend.
Luis Valbuena comes in to play second base as they put a little more drying compound on the mound.
So now Alex Rios will lead it off for us. In that Baltimore 5-4 victory, 10 innings over the Yankees at Oriole Park. Yankees scored 4 runs, had 6 hits through the first 4 innings, and after that did not get a hit.
In that ballpark?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good job of shutting them down.
So he will get a few extra, testing that fast dry. And he says it's fine. If you're just getting home joining in, we have had intermittent light mist to heavy mist and light rain in and out all evening long. That's one of the reasons this game has taken so long. We have 22,063 in the house. Not that many, of course, now, but a lot of them had to go home and dry off. As Josh Judy says, that's enough. Get it down to second base. As he does, we'll go for some scores for you. Philadelphia beat Milwaukee 7-2 at Miller Park. Hamels over Narveson. 7-4 Toronto beats Boston up in Canada. Romero over Miller. Atlanta beat the Mets a doubleheader 5-1 and 6-5. So here we go. Bottom of the 8th. Rios is 1 for 3, a single and a run scored. Takes first pitch strike. Dodgers beat Washington 7-4 in what was supposed to be a doubleheader. Second game got rained out. And there is a breaking ball, misses. Bottom of the 6th in Phoenix, Arizona shutting out San Diego 1-0. Ian Kennedy 18-4 with a .288.
Nice year.
Wow. Tyler Flowers on deck. Two and one to count. And that ball hammered. Stay fair. It won't. Just foul. In that Philly game at Miller Park, Rollins, Utley, or Howard were not in the lineup.
Hamels came in with an ERA considerably lower than Narvison's, and then he showed him why.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outfield equidistant straight up. And that ball just popped up into right field. So 1 out. And here's Tyler. He's 0 for 3. Soft free hopper down to Jeff Cox, who will make himself a new friend. One and one to count. And the man of the evening, Brent Morrell, on deck. Breaking ball, grabs a strike. Almost turned into that one.
And that also got a piece of Brian O'Nora.
Boy, there's been some hard hitting going on behind that dish.
Well, O'Nora really got hit hard with that. Went right off of Tyler Flowers. And right into Brian O'Nora. That's been a bad place to be behind the plate.
So he says he's all right. Meanwhile, here's what Brent has done tonight. This was back in the 3rd inning. We trailed it 1-0. First ball, fastball from Herman. Then last inning with 2 on. So 2 for 3, 2 homers, 4 RBIs. See if Santana wants to try him one more time with first ball fastball.
Well, it's worked well twice.
For us. Breaking ball upstairs. Another breaking ball, grabs a strike.
He doesn't get much downward plane on that breaking ball. It's going to make it a little tough for him as he moves along. As he kind of flips it from the side and it comes very flat.
And there's the fastball. 1-2. And there's the slider. So 2 out. Well, I've only seen one guy that you could perceptibly see who could throw an upshoot from underneath in probably the last 30 years, and that was Ron Davis of the Yankees. Of course, he had a little foreign substance on it.
A little, yeah. He was very good as the setup man for Goose.
Could throw 100.
And his son lost this year to an injury, but his son Ike is a terrific hitter with the Mets. First baseman, going to be a star.
There's the strike to even the count at 1-1 to Beckham. Gordon has grounded hard to short, singled, and walked. One and 2 the count. Juan Pierre on deck. 1, 2 for 4 tonight. Hits number 2000 and 2001. Two out and a 1-2 pitch. So we will go to the ninth, leading 8-1.
With an 8-1 score and the first victory in line for Matt Thornton, Josh Kinney comes on. 1.86 ERA, on for the 7th time. 12 strikeouts in 9 2/3 innings, 3 walks. And he's got 3 outs to get.
And he's got Cabrera, Tomey, and Santana. But no hill for a stepper. Just joining us, Indians, a first inning run. Cabrera single, stole second, and with 2 out, Tomey knocked him in with a base hit, a ground ball to left field. Then Morel's first homer, that solo shot tied it in the 3rd, and then Brent's 3-run homer in the 7th, followed up by Paulie's grand slam in the 7th, and it's an 8-1 Sox lead. Paulie now 10 grand slams in his career. That got O'Nora, I believe, again.
He'll be very happy when this game's over.
Santana will be too. Besides calling a good game, he said, "Oh, you know what beat out of him tonight."
Very happy at third base tomorrow.
A lot of ice packs flowing around after the game. Line shot over the head of the tank. Diaz gets over, and the leadoff double. Double number 31 for Cabrera.
This one looked like it caught the glove. Oh, Diane, just barely.
This guy pretty good. So here's Big Jim, 2 for 3. Jimmy had some wonderful moments in a White Sox uniform. Really enjoyed his stay here. And prior to the game, little ceremony. Two good men right there. And a 1-1. They got the shift on. Cabrera could just walk in the 3rd, but down 8-1. He gone. Breaking ball.
After a steady diet of fastballs away, there's the curve, and a good one.
In a great spot. So here's Santana. Grounded hard to 3rd, then he struck out a couple of times. Once on the slider down and in, and once on a fastball swing a miss. So with both the Yankees and the Red Sox losing, that lead for New York will remain 2.5 games. I'll tell you, it just amazes me how Tampa Bay, they're 14 games over, 9 games back, or actually 8.5 now, how they hung in there this year. That pitching staff. Well, Shields with 11 complete games.
Well, they had to completely revamp their entire bullpen. That is astonishing.
And they really don't have what you call an awesome offense either. there's again a case with Joe Madden. He's one of the best. You think you can or you think you can't. You're right either way. That's tough foul, and the count 1-2. Texas and the Angels both off tonight. Texas will take on Oakland tomorrow, and the Angels will lock horns with the Bronx Bombers. Tried to ditto the same pitch to Tomey. He go. 2 down.
Kinney has come out in the late going, and he's looked really good just about each and every time out.
Josh has got good stuff if he'll throw strikes. You got to trust his stuff. If he does that, he'll be fine. It's like a hitter's got to trust his hands. Bueno. Kipnis was 1 for 3. He came off the DL earlier. Had that right hamstring after getting off to just a sensational start. And when this ball comes down, this ball game will be over. So the Sox get some good pitching tonight. Indians score a first inning run. Gavin Floyd threw a lot of pitches, over about 110 in his short stint out there tonight, but that mound was no fun to be working off of.
No, not tonight. And then the bullpen came on and did the job that they've been doing most of the season. Ullman, Crane, Thornton, and Kinney shut them down, but the big 7-run 7. Highlighted by 3-run homer, grand slam homer. Nice night, as it turned out, even with the rain and the mist.
Well, what we talked about earlier, we got to do. We've just got to run the table in this homestand, and then just see what happens. This baseball, day-to-day game, always has been, always will be. We love it. Right now, let's check out our GMC player of the game. It is our third baseman, Britt Morrell. There, he ties it. First ball fastball from Herman. And now he unloads a 3-run shot to put us up on top 4-1. That's our GMC player of the game. Of course, Polly followed with a grand slam. So right now, let's go down to field level.
Sarah Kustok inside the White Sox dugout with Juan Pierre. Juan, you become just the 14th player tonight to reach career hit 2,000 in a White Sox uniform. What significance does an achievement like this hold for you?
It's pretty cool, you know. It means you've been around a long time, I think, and just for where my career have gone and to see as a country boy from Louisiana, I never thought a million years. I was just grateful, like I said, to have a uniform, big league uniform on. But I think it might sink in tonight and might reflect a little bit, but haven't really sunk in yet.
Juan, you got it. You have been around a while. Your 12th big league season. You're a guy who's always just done anything you can to get on base at every at-bat. How has your approach at the plate and your swing changed throughout the years?
It's later in my career, I had to learn how to pull the ball. Guys has pitched me in a lot, and this year you can see I probably hit balls more to right than I ever have this year. But just continue to bunt and just hit the ball on the ground. And I knew my game early. When I tried to hit the ball with all my might, it wouldn't even get to the warning track. So I knew early I had to learn how to bunt and hit the ball on the ground. And 2,000 hits later, it's still working.
Juan, something like this doesn't happen by accident. Most of the guys in this White Sox clubhouse say that you're the hardest working player in baseball. What pride do you take in your preparation, both during the season and in the offseason?
That's all I got, to compete with these guys. I'm not physically strong like these guys, so I got to cross my T's and dot my I's, so to speak. So every day, they say hard work, but it's just preparation. I got to do those little things just to be able to compete with these guys, and that's why I take a lot of pride in doing that, and I think the results come along with it, and sometimes they're not always there. I think everybody's ready to get rid of me earlier this year, but I turned it around and been playing good ball here late, and hopefully can finish up strong.
All right, Juan, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, good job, Juan. Good job, Sarah. So for my partner, Steve Stone, our director, Jim Angio, our producer, Mike Leary, our associate producer, Dave Ross, our technical manager, Mark Harper, who's feeling a lot better now, the executive producer, Jim Corno Jr., also for the mayor, Mean Joe Groove, and up here in the booth, Greg Silas, Frank D'Amato. This is a Hawk. So long, everybody.